Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Okay, all right. We are here in the morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? It's Saucy and Friends on Spark FM Online. Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony be knowing, your girl Miss Hot Sizzling Sauce. And we here. It is Monday. What is this you're singing?
I think I'm falling in love. It's the Beyonce song.
Oh, I think I'm falling in love. Oh, I gotta do the dance.
Is it dance?
I'm in the mood for something, some. We goes on tonight.
You gotta go forward twice and then backwards twice and lift your leg.
Oh, there's a video for it?
Yeah, this is the whole challenge. TikTok challenge. Wow.
I'm that guy.
Up to the times.
Up to the times. We outside. We are inside. Welcome back to Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Again, this is Saucy and Friends in the morning. And as you guys start to tune in and trickle in, we will just start with a quick update of how the weekend went. Miss Tony, how was your weekend, honey?
It was good, right? Like, what did I do? Not a lot.
Yes, we did. What happened? Let's start from Friday. What happened Friday? What did we do? Didn't we do something good on Friday? We stopped to go somewhere.
We had some guests. We had somebody in the studio.
Not on Friday, because remember Friday we left late. We left early a little bit.
Oh yeah, we did.
Were you here Friday?
I was here Friday.
And then where did we go?
I don't know.
Friday was Friday, clearly.
It was so long ago.
I know what, but I thought we left here and went somewhere.
No, I don't think we did.
Something.
I don't think so.
We went to the meeting. We went to the spot. We went to go look at the building.
Oh
yes.
Yes. And we were there for quite some time.
I know. Yes. Oh,
yes,
that was nice.
Yes, we did. That was a good time. That's good motivation, inspiration.
Yes.
Inspirational
Good
meeting.
Good things are coming.
Yes,
good things are coming. My weekend was pretty low key though. I think for the most part. Saturday was Daddy and Me. We were out there at the Daddy and Me Family Fun Day, the Daddy and Me Literacy Program. We know we had those people in here last Thursday, I believe. And that was a really, really good time. The kids had a good time. The weather held up. It did drizzle for a bit towards the end.
Which is crazy because I left you guys and it was raining, so I thought it was going to be over.
Yeah.
It stopped raining. It was doing a little drizzle.
Yep.
By the time I got to Holbrook and sat there for like 10 minutes, it was downpouring rain to the point where I thought we were all going to drown and be washed away at sea.
Oh, no.
Okay, maybe that's a tad bit dramatic.
And then meanwhile, in Hyde Park, the sun came right back out.
I saw that.
And we were able to continue. It was really, really nice. They had a really good turnout. Excellent program. If you don't know about Daddy and Me, look into that. It's really, really a good thing, especially for fathers. It was so good to see the dads out there with their kids.
Yeah.
And they were really, really having fun. And there was some like younger gentleman who came up and was like, yo, this is dope, yo. And like, we got to get involved with this. So it was really, really nice. A good time there. Left there and then I just chilled. I was like, I can't believe that this is what my Saturday nights have come down to. I did 7 loads of laundry Saturday night. That's how it
sounds like a good adult life.
And then I got into my bed and I was in my bed for 15 hours.
How did you have 7 loads of laundry?
I have a little boy and everything that he wears every day has to be washed every day.
That's true.
Every day.
I'm trying to get, I found a program on one of these algorithm advertisements where you could get a box of clothes and you keep the ones you like and you send the ones back. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get rid of every piece of clothing that I have and I'm gonna get my clothes all from a box in the mail because I don't want to. I have done in the last month probably about 7 months of laundry, 7 weeks of loads of laundry just because I don't like to wash. But I want to get rid of all of my clothes.
That's my thing too. Is like I don't wash daily. I wash, like every other week or something like that. And by then it's a big buildup of clothes. And I wash all my linens. Mm-hmm. So like all my towels, all my sheets. I change my sheets at once a week. So I have to take all of those, but I don't wash them every week.
You got money.
Yeah, I know.
because
Because I have a little boy whose favorite place to eat is in my bed, and so there's crumbs in my
No,
bed all
you-
the time.
Nope.
Exactly. No
No.
matter how many times I tell him
Then
that,
you
it
gotta-
doesn't matter.
Then you got to string him up and beat him like a piñata because maybe don't do exactly that. But there is a hardcore rule. There is no eating in my room. It's don't even go near my bed.
Yeah,
It's not okay.
I wash my couch covers. I wash pillows. I wash the bathroom rugs. Like I wash everything. So that was my Saturday night. And then yesterday, I watched a lot of TV. But then I got up and I went to early dinner with at the Pearl. I finally made it to the Pearl for food, sit down food. It was a vibe in there. There was a DJ in there. There was a lot of people in there. The patio was open.
Where's the Pearl?
The Pearl,
in,
South Bay.
South Bay. It's right at the corner. It's in front of Chipotle next to Express.
Okay,
Mhm.
East Black.
Yeah.
East Black.
It's a black owned.
It was one of the stops on our last bar crawl.
Okay.
Black owned seafood restaurant right there. in
And
the heart
I
of
think
South
that
Bay.
they might be opening
Yes,
another
let me see.
location.
Oh,
They
good for them.
They got lunch.
They do got lunch.
Good.
So it was very, very nice. We had charred grilled oysters with spinach and cheese. It was very nice, and a few other things. It was nice. The DJ was in there, Dre, who used to do the DJ for.
You'll be back
Dre-
soon,
For what is his DJ name?
Dre.
Oh, Dre. Yeah, so
Mhm.
he was there. And a few other people that we know.
He also DJs for Celtics.
Oh, does he?
Yep.
And well, good for him. He's a really nice guy. Saw a lot of people that I know. Lobster King was there. Rufus Falk was doing a book signing there, so it was good to see him, Dr. Roof. And my drink yesterday that I had was called a Pearl Passion or Pearl Poison. So I don't know. It was so good. It was so good. So good. It was made with plum vodka and a few other things. Tasted like a summer day and snuck up on me real quick. I had to drive back home slow. But it was a great day for me.
Good. What about you, Rockstone?
I was all over the place. I was moving and shaking and baking. Y'all know how I do.
Oh, shaking and bacon.
Yeah.
Wow, shaking and bacon.
On Saturday, I had to DJ in Watertown. Well, Saturday we started it off at the grind session in Hanover. That was a
Big shout out to
that was a nice
Exposed
event.
TV.
Exposed TV. That was a dope event. I wasn't able to stay for the whole thing to to get the well, it was nice while I was there.
Mhm.
And after that, I had to DJ in Watertown for a young man named Amir. It was his 18th graduation. It's just graduation. He's 18.
Happy
And he's,
graduation,
Headed
Amir.
off to HBCU.
Woo!
And let me tell you, boy, was there so much love in the room.
Really?
Oh, that's
You ever been in a
amazing.
room and it was just too much love,
Mhm.
and it's like, Lord, jeez, I gotta get up out of here.
It's
This
too
is
much.
too much love.
I feel
for
so
me.
much happiness in
Lord.
my heart. I gotta leave.
Lord. when they were when it was time for this family, he had family coming from Arizona. He had family come from New York. He had family come from South Carolina.
Mhm.
And boy, when they was giving those speeches to that young man and sending him off to his college, but boy, I tell you, everybody
Boy.
they're tearing up,
That's
crying
awesome.
and sniffling and everybody hugging and oh Lord,
I
a
hate
lot.
love.
It was a lot.
I hate glitters and
But
puppies.
it was really dope. Nadara was there. And they were a Muslim family. So a nation of Islam family. So it all made sense to me, and it was just really dope. I've never really been around that type of a family before.
Mhm.
I have friends that practice that religion, but this was my first time really sitting around them for like a couple of hours and stuff like that. And it just felt like so much black love. And I was like, why we ain't nation of Islam? This is what we supposed to be, because they black, unapologetically black, and they support each other. And they got principles.
Principles.
You
It's
see?
the principle of
Yes.
legalities.
Yes, but yeah,
Hello.
it was really dope. After that, I just chilled. Yesterday, I was chilling too. Had some nice grilled food, and
We had grilled food at.
my friend's house.
Oh, that's nice.
Real
And
food.
I had a nice watermelon margarita. That was amazing.
Oh, that
But
sounds
yeah,
delightful.
we just chilled.
They pretty much said what I did in a combination of everything. So I'm not going to get into that. But I will say that there was a lot going on Saturday. Besides the grind jam session brought to you by Exposed TV, there was also the big block party outside of Nubian Square, and that looked like it was lit. There was many people down there. They honored a lot of our Roxbury legends who started off in the hip hop scene, like Ed O.G. and Guru, and a couple of other people that were there that I'll tell you guys about a little bit later. But big shout out to them. Benzino, unfortunately, wasn't there, And I feel, Benzino's a problem. But if we're going to talk about history of hip hop in Boston, we too got to at least bring that man's name up. We got to bring his name up. He ain't got no neck, but he stuck his neck out. What he did have for hip hop in Boston. So, see what I did there?
That's why he ain't got nothing left.
See, exactly. We took his neck, and that's why we don't give him no respect, and that's not right. Shout out to Benzino, who's held it down for a lot of times. Source Magazine, all kind of thing. Jeff 2 Times, all them people out there. Antonio Ansaldi, and everybody else that big shout out to.
Big up.
Absolutely. Especially in Boston here, they set a little path for us, for the new ones, to be able to break way.
Exactly. So that they could have a neck.
Exactly. And they don't be sticking out their neck. That's why I know. I did see that. What's his name though? Smoke Bulger. Smoke Bulger was outside of Mass and Cass giving out money and food yesterday.
Oh no, that's not what.
I said I commend you, brother, but that's not what we do here. We don't go out just. I mean, he had a big wad of money. He was just like, and you should have seen them coming up and like, I was like, bruh, that ain't.
I'm sure.
That ain't
like, wow, that's.
We might want to start with a hot meal, a little cup of soup or something like that. I don't know. We want to give out money because there's, it's gonna be recycled pretty quickly out there. It's an open drug market.
Somebody should have told him.
Somebody should have told him. Yeah. Hello, but hey, good shit. Shout out to you for doing what you got to do and giving back to the community. Somebody was like, "Man, the kids are our future. Go get them kids that money." I was like, Jesus. So that was going on. Pride is back. That we'll tell you guys more about that in the news stories.
Y'all go to the Pride Parade?
No, because we was out music conferencing, so we missed all of the good things the other day. But let's get into the show.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387. Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
And we're back.
You're listening to Spark FM. Online.
We're back now.
And we're back again. So today is Monday. Like we said, it's the beginning of the week. And if you didn't know that, a full week of struggle and strife starts now. Let me stop. Of a new week of getting to it, right around and getting it, making sure that you do what you got to do. It's a new way to start over. Have a good time. Today is Monday. It's going to be mostly cloudy, high in the 80s, lows in the 62. Rain showers are early with overcast skies later in the day. Winds in the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And there's a 40% chance of rain. So make sure that you guys walk with a little umbrella, a little rain jacket, something to protect your skull. Because it's going to rain. It's going to rain today. And it's going to be hot as well. So if you don't got on a little summer outfit, you should go home and change into one because you're going to be hot. 80 degrees is hot.
Hot and wet today.
Hot and wet today. Sound like me.
Oh, because you hot sauce. So that's why.
Exactly. Sauce is wet and I am hot. Get it? All right. Tough crowd. So
scratch my throat.
It's Monday. Nobody's ready. It's starting off the news with some around 24 displaced, 5 hospitalized after a fire tears through a multi-family home in Mattapan. Around 24 people living in a 3-story home in Mattapan are displaced, while 3 residents and 2 firefighters were hospitalized after a hot, fast-moving fire tore through the structure Sunday, according to Boston fire officials. Police arrived at 571 Cummings Highway Sunday afternoon to find the back of the building engulfed in flames, sending black smoke billowing over the neighborhood.
Dang.
All the residents of the building were safely out of the building by the time fire crews arrived on the scene. Crews battled the intense flames for 30 minutes before they could get the fire under control. The back of the building was left blackened with charred wood, the only remnants of 3 black porches. Oh, wow. And we know that, man, when them fires hit them houses,
Yeah,
man.
and it's so easy how they affect the houses around them too. We remember when the house fire happened, and
Yeah.
the siding on the 2 houses behind the house like melted
Was
off,
bubbled
crazy.
up.
Yeah.
So Linton Blake was outside enjoying a sunny Sunday day when he sprang into action. Blake ran across the street to the building, going door to door, ringing doorbells to ensure everyone got out safely. All I see is fire blazing from the back of the house, Blake told 25. That's the first thing I thought about. Just leave my stuff, run across the street, make sure everybody's out the building. That was the main mission right there. He said he specifically wanted to help his friend who lives with his brand new baby in the triple decker. He came downstairs with the newborn, but he also has older kids. So I'm like, where are your other kids? So I'm like, give me the newborn. And he ran back upstairs and got his 2 other kids. Although they believe the blaze began in the back of the house, fire officials do not know yet where the exact cause of the fire. Up to 25 people lived in the building, according to Boston Deputy Chief. 3 residents and 2 firefighters sustained minor injuries. What kind of minor injuries they suffered? The building is not livable at this time, and the Red Cross is assisting residents. It is a good thing that everybody got out because it was just like it was dead of the night. It could have been a lot worse. Exactly. Fires are just so scary because you can die from the fire and or just the smoke. And I think that's the bad thing.
Yeah,
like you don't
that's
even
probably
know
what happened with the firefighters.
Yeah. That's terrible. And I watch a lot of 911 these days, and I know how to put out a fire.
Yes, you do.
Believe that.
Rescue 911.
It's almost like that. Remember Rescue 911 back in the day?
That was my favorite show.
It was my too, because that was like
live.
It was like live, but
Reality TV.
reenactments a little bit, wasn't it too? Yeah.
I thought oh no, there was Bad Boys.
Yeah, that was
Bad Boys was live.
That was reality.
But
TV.
Rescue 911, I think they did like a reenactment almost of, today I had to crawl around and I had to go. I don't know.
No, Rescue 911 was reenactments of their 911 calls.
Yeah, the 911 calls and them
yeah.
going to them
Yeah.
and saving the baby, that was choking the plastic baby. It was good TV back in the day. Good TV.
Good TV.
A black bear was spotted on several Resident Street in Newton. Newton's been in the news a lot for a lot of different things.
Newton.
This is my girl.
Newton
Hi.
was I know last week Newton was basically the greatest city to live in.
It
Oh,
was.
really?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
talked about it in the news reports. Yes. Yep. It came in at like
highest, lowest, everything.
mhm.
Everything.
Except that they got black bears running around. So if you can live with all of them good things, you might have to just share your space with a black bear that's gonna rip your eyes out. Numerous residents of the Newton Highland area saw an uncommon sight on Sunday: a black bear sprinting through the neighborhood. The large animal was seen on several streets and is believed to have entered Cold Spring Park. The bear was caught on camera at least twice. Newton police have been monitoring the area and notified the Massachusetts Environmental Police. Officials warned residents not to approach the bear and to contact police if spotted. And also, I will just throw in a few cautionary tales. Do not feed the bear. Do not engage with the bear. It's not going to end up well for you. Stop it. A lot of people be doing
Make
that.
yourself big.
How you do it?
In Cocaine Bear,
Is
what
that-
was it? They said if it's brown, lay down. If it's
black, stay back.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown,
That's
flush
not
it.
it.
Down.
That's not.
I forgot what it was.
That's not the beer one.
Not that one, all right.
The return of Boston's Pride Parade after 3-year hiatus. A Pride Parade was held in city of Boston for the first time since 2019 on Saturday, as people from hundreds of groups, organizations, and businesses marched from Copley Square to the Boston Commons. Boston Pride for the People, BP4TP, organized this year's parade and festival, spending a year's planning events that include a broad chorus of voices. The 2020 and 2021 Pride Parade and Festival, which were organized by Boston Pride, were canceled due to COVID-19 concerns. There was no parade held in 2022. However, due to the absence of an organized group to manage the event, the Boston Pride organization was dissolved in July of 2021 following disagreements over issues about race, transgender inclusion, and fundraising efforts. In charge of this. I say this every time. The parade started at about 11 a.m. after a ribbon cutting involving Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey, which is the first openly lesbian elected governor in the entire nation. Let me say that. Shout out to Maura.
Oh, in the nation.
In the nation. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, U.S. Senator Ed Markey, and Adriana Boulin, president of Boston Pride for the People. The route snaked its way through the Back Bay and South End before ending at the Commons, where events are scheduled to be held from noon through 6 p.m. on Saturday. There are entertainers, different areas for different ages, like our youth area, quiet area, older adults, and aging area. Random. Can Florida have a Pride Parade? No, right?
No, Ron DeSantis is not allowing that.
No, Florida.
No.
No, right?
No.
Because they can't even say gay.
Stop.
No,
See what I did there?
they can't, right?
Don't say gay.
Don't say gay.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's really kind of crazy. I feel like that's an impinging of my civil rights. It maybe not impinging is the word, but
is that a word?
Let's look it up. I don't know, but that I feel like infringing is what I.
What is it? Impinging?
Impinging. Is impinging a word though?
Yep.
No, it's not. It's not a word at all.
All right.
It's not one at all. It's definitely gonna trade. It's definitely gonna give you impending instead. Like, no, girl, that's not it. But yeah, that's not okay. I should be able to have a parade. But not in Florida.
Not in Florida.
There's a whole traveler warning out in Florida that Black people and gay people should not be going there because it's crazy.
Any other should not go.
Yes,
to,
unless you're a nice white man, you cannot go there.
Yep.
Crazy.
That's so sad.
It is. It's disgusting. Actually, it's very nasty work that they're doing over there. What else we got here? Church targeted by homophobic vandals host pride service. That's crazy. I'm not going to get into that because I don't understand why people get so upset over what other people are doing with their lives that you would want
It was a Baptist church.
That you would want to disrupt your life and go to somebody else's life to make their life miserable as well.
Yeah, but JP responded with a block party though. They were like
church so they celebrate with a block party because y'all ain't gonna push them out of here. I hear you. A Boston church is making sure the community knows all are welcome after the building was vandalized with anti-LGBTQ and graffiti. The violent, hateful messages were scrawled early Thursday on the side of the steeple of First Baptist Church in Jamaica Plain, which is known for welcoming members of the LGBTQ community. On Sunday, the church held a pride worship service and the neighborhood celebrated pride with a block party. The annual party featured music, dancing, vendors, and arts and crafts. It's a celebration of the queer community in Boston and across the country. With everything going on in the country, it's easy for LGBTQ youth to feel there's something wrong with us. It's easy for LGBTQ youth to feel like there's something wrong with us, but having a space to celebrate who we are lets everyone know that we are normal and we're here and we're not going through and we're not going anywhere, and that there are people like us no matter where we go, and we're not alone, said Chloe Laporte, who attended on Sunday. Again, I just don't understand why people care so much about what other people are doing inside of their bedrooms, because I'm pretty sure that these people are not standing outside the church having sex on the lawn together. I've never seen it from anybody.
That's so
I'm not sure what the problem is. People, and that's not very Christian-like either to do things like that. So these big Christians that are running around here, Christian, and this is what I do, and you're doing vandalism on people's property and being mean
I don't
to
think
people.
it was the Christians that vandalized the church.
No, but I'm saying like Ron DeSantis and all of those people like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're big. Those the white men that are in charge that don't want this. They're all running behind Christianity and this is what God said and whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's not Christ-like at all to be so hateful towards the people that ain't doing nothing to you.
Handmaids too.
So I'm not really sure what's happening, what's going on.
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose what parts of the Bible you wanna impose on people. It's very interesting. Man charged with groping a woman at Forest Hills Station. Gross. Ew. A man who allegedly groped a woman at Forest Hills Station and harassed others on an MBTA bus on May 25th is now facing charges, according to Suffolk County District Attorney Kevin Hayden's office. Police identified him when he approached officers at the station and attempted to make conversations with them last week. Rufus Sanders Jr., 63 years of age. 63. This is a grown-ass man.
The grown man is who was groping people?
The grown man, Rufus Sanders Jr., 63, of West Roxbury, was charged with indecent assault and battery of a person over 14 and lewd, wanton, and lascivious conduct. Ooh, get him. Throw the whole book at him.
You know, though, them old people be doing things like that, though. I started watching Being Mary Jane all over again from the beginning. And there was a scene where she's like going to her aunt's house. And she was like, I don't want to go in there because uncle, whatever his name is, going to try to feel me up. And he sure enough hugged her and grabbed her up in the booty. And I was like, what is your problem? For old men be doing stuff like that.
It's an act of love.
I remember Mommy used to tell us stories about what the old men used to do to them in Honduras. And it was just like, what is wrong with them?
Man, come sit on my lap.
Yeah, come sit on my lap. And all it, like just be nasty. So but he's 60. That's disgusting.
They said that the woman said that the man, later identified as Sanders, approached her on Forest Hill Station. He allegedly placed his right hand on her shoulder and moved it down to cup her breast. I do that all the time.
Exactly. See,
that is terrible. Usually it's wanted though. This is like, like that old thing. Let me use Tristan as a thing. And you sitting there like, yeah, man. Wow. See, that's not right. That's exactly what Sanders did, sitting on the.
And you did it just now in front of everybody. We all saw it in the World Wide website.
No, he didn't even have the camera on him, so there's no evidence of that happening. There is no evidence. The woman described her assailant to police as a man wearing a camouflage bucket hat, a white long sleeve shirt, and gray pants. He looked cute. The woman then pushed him out of the way and moved toward a more crowded area of the station. Sanders tried to grab her again, causing another person to intervene. Sanders came up from behind the woman as she got on a bus and grabbed her bag in an attempt to pull it off. She broke free, boarded the bus, and moved to the front to get away from Sanders. Sanders then moved to the back of the bus. That's when the victim heard another woman towards the back of the bus yell, "Stop grabbing my ass." Police also spoke. I'm laughing at the audacity. You gonna try to pull the other, grope up her boob. Then you gonna get on the bus, go to the back of the bus, and start grabbing up on somebody's behind.
You think, what is this?
Police also spoke with a witness who said she saw a man harassing two young girls on a bus on May 26th. She yelled for the man to stop. He then sat across from her, spread his legs, and fondled his crotch while staring at her, according to Hayden's office. And the picture is of him holding his crotch and staring at her. Do you see him?
Oh, he would have got kicked in the face.
Yo.
That's the sound effects you want to put. Giggity giddy. It's crazy.
I didn't mean to hit that button.
He needed to be kicked in the crotch. Like, you're doing too much. Or as Tristan says, too merch.
Too merch.
Too merch.
He keeps going.
He's not done.
On June 5th, Sanders approached officers at Forest Hill Station and tried to start a conversation with them. He was holding an open beer container at the time.
Oh my God.
Police immediately recognized him as the suspect they were looking for. He was wearing the same camouflage bucket hat and identified himself in a still photo provided by one of the victims to the police.
Like, yeah, that's me.
With my bear.
He said, that's me.
That's me.
All of Tristan's phrases he was using.
Because what they're gonna do, the judge set Sanders' bail at $750 and ordered him to stay away from the victims and the Forest Hill station. He is scheduled to return to court. Oh, see this. This is the kind of things that piss me off. So this man has been around doing this for a couple of days now, right? You're going to give him a $750 fine and then order him to stay away from the victims. I don't think it was personal to the victims. I think he was looking for anybody that had boobs and ass.
Oh.
Like this is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
For them to let him back on the street and not sexual offenderize him and put him in a home and stuff like that, you're just opening the door for him to go on to a different station, because it doesn't have to be Forest Hills. He could go right down to Ruggles and he could start groping people from there. So I'm not really sure what we're doing here to prevent crime on the MBTA. It doesn't make any sense to me.
He needs to be ordered to stay away from all MBTA stations.
You cannot drive the station. You got to get an Uber,
right,
or something like that, or the ride sharing program or something like that. But no, or walk, because you cannot just be on the street feeling. See, and then he knew the right woman because we would have fought. We would have had to fight. He would have had to be in jail for assault or something like that if he's bigger than me, because we would have had to been tussling in the street. But then he would probably like that because he'd be groping me while he's trying to fight me.
True.
Nasty.
Right.
Oh boy. 20 Boston giant heads. Tristan found this earlier today. The big head, where's that one big head that I know?
In Roxbury.
I didn't know there were how many more? 10?
Yeah, that's what that. I had no idea about that.
3, 4, 5, 6. 6 big heads in Boston.
Really?
Push it on the screen so they can see.
Oh
them.
no, I have seen this big baby head.
I've seen the big baby head, but I haven't seen the other heads.
This one's down by the seaport, that first one.
That one with the
yeah, we took pictures by that last year after Zaz Fest.
So there's the big scaly head on the Seaport Boulevard.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The big scaly head?
Big scaly head.
Scally.
Scally. Oh, a bird rests atop a human head with fish scales floating in a puddle of water. The sculpture suggests that both mankind and the animal kingdom can influence each other and adopt each other's characteristics. We are reminded of the delicate ecosystem we belong to and subsequently impact.
Oh,
that is beautiful. And then we have the Ashmont snoozing moon. The moon, the original timepiece, seemed a good companion to the much-loved iron clock in Peabody Square. Sleeping moon floats close to the ground atop a mirrored post as if waiting to assume the heavens. Oh, that is beautiful. Then we have Roxbury.
That's on Dorchester Ave.
Dorchester Ave. Then we have Roxbury's giant head over at Crawford Street across from Hollander Street in Roxbury. Another, and this one symbolizes the abiding creativity and spiritual strength of Black people since the birth of civilization in Africa, humankind's original home.
That's got some ethnic features.
We got the big baby heads in the Fenway.
Hi, little big baby head.
On the Fenway Muddy River side of the MFA, you'll find 2 giant as in 8-foot tall baby heads one night and the other day. One with its eyes closed, one with them open, both by Spanish painter and sculptor Antonio Lopez Garcia. Installed in 2008, they both honor his grandmother, Carmen.
Granddaughter,
Carmen.
So, they only showed one. I've seen this big baby head, right?
We went to the MFA the other day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Did we see it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do miss it. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Which building is it?
The MFA down by the.
I'm using my Google Brain algorithm to try to float me around the.
That's the interlink.
It's like I got on glasses right now. I'm going round and around and around. I'm only in one area. It's by the stairs. I haven't moved. It's the Abstract Maestro on the Esplanade. Down at the Esplanade, in contrast, the Esplanade Association delights its cap made for Arthur Fiedler's giant head. Oh, that's somebody made a big bead cap for it. This portrait addresses the mystery of personality and public perception. Arthur Fielder, the longtime conductor of the Boston Pops Orchestra, was a man whose media image and private persona were at odds. The sculpture's aesthetic approach engages distance and knowing in a dynamic way. Okay. I don't know what that means, but all right.
Layered image, it reads. What does it say?
It looks a layered image. It reads most coherently from afar, becoming more abstracted as the viewer draws near, providing a visual parallel for the character of the man. Really? Nope, can't see it.
I've never seen that.
And then the Easter Island head of West Roxbury, the final big head on our tour, was Stimson and Grove Streets in West Roxbury, where we find this incongruous Easter Island mini moai, currently sharing yard space with Halloween decorations, but on display year round. Shown with her eyes closed in a state of meditation or dreaming, her serene expression inspires contemplation. Like a hologram, the sculpture changes its shifts perspectives when viewed from different angles. Really? See, now I want to go on a tour of the Boston Big Heads.
So is this a real Boston Big Head, or is it just somebody just has that in their yard?
I think it's a real one because it's on. Is that in the cemetery in Cambridge?
No, it's that's Halloween decorations. It says Harvard Business School. Oh, it's by the Harvard Business School.
Okay.
No, but it's in West Roxbury.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's very interesting. Oh, there are even more giant heads in Boston. There's a lot. So well, those are the ones that you guys should start with.
There's more.
This says 2 more. Liam artists to start these 2 gray areas right here. Yeah, but we don't have pictures of them, so we're not gonna show you those. But everybody go out. Like, there's things to do in Boston. People feel like, oh, I'm so bored. Put some liquor in a container and go and look at some. Sit down in front of it, speak to it. Like, have a good time. Take the MBTA. Go with someone else so you won't get groped. And then you guys just go around and do something fun.
Look at the things.
And last but not least, vegetable rustlers steal hundreds of growing plants from Newton Farm. They had a particular preference for scallions. We came in this morning to discover many, many plants missing from the farm. Someone or multiple people took basil, scallions, eggplants, and cucumbers planted in the field, and trays of cucumber, tomato, kale, corn, and other seedlings from the new greenhouse. They stole hundreds of plants. Whoever took these plants knew what they were doing and targeted certain crops and even certain plants. They tried to find the scallions by first picking some leeks and then onions before they found what they were looking for. They took other plants by digging them from the roots, presumably so they could replant. They removed cloth that was over the eggplant and cucumber plants in the field and took them. These plants were being grown for a community, for our CSA sharers, farm stand, and farmers market customers, and for donation to the Newton Food Pantry and fridge. We are devastated and angered by what happened and impact to our community. First of all, who the hell steals plants from people's yard?
Like, is this what it has come down
That's so
to?
mean.
Is this what it has come down to? Yeah. Y'all go to the garden and steal the whole plants.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to just take some of the vegetables?
Yeah, you're uprooting them so that you can plant them. And I know that the people, shout outs to Pastor Troy, who spend days in the hot sun picking and mowing over his lawn and his plants and vegetables, for you to come out there and take them out.
And y'all don't go steal from farm. Y'all go places like BJ's and Home Depot. That's where you steal the plants from.
Yes.
Not from the farm.
I know, but you don't even have to steal from them, because I heard a little birdie told me that at the end of the night at Home Depot, you can go over there and whatever plants aren't faring well,
that's what I'm talking about.
They will give them to you.
Well, I don't know about that. But I go when they close.
Yeah.
And they still got all the plants outside.
Oh, and then you borrow them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta have a partner with me. I pull up, I pop the trunk, you just throw them in there.
No, hello.
Listen, the things that happen that other people do on the show
is not a reflection of Spark FM.
What I do.
Spark FM does not condone any of the things that are coming out of Tristan's mouth today. If they give them to you, you guys could have them for free, but don't assume. If that's what you do on your own time, we don't want to know about it.
Just because nobody's out there watching them that they mean for you to.
We also do not want to be, what is it? Not conspirators, an accomplice.
See, man, y'all gotta act like you belong there.
Oh, I gotta put on an orange vest.
Like this is your business.
First, you gotta steal an orange vest. You gotta commit fraud and pretend like you work there.
You act like you
belong.
Ain't nobody going.
When people come up to you and ask you questions, you gotta answer them. Then you just casually walk off with the plans. Oh,
sir,
I see.
Do you know what's the best kind of plant? I think it's this one. Put it in my car. Let me see. Let me see. People, don't do this. Don't do this.
What the hell is going on? I'm tired.
You can only do that if it's self-checkouts.
Goodbye. Log off. Commercial break, because y'all.
No, for real. We're going to take a commercial break because we're out of order. And we do have some very decent guests in the building today who do not condone this, but they do art. We're going to be talking to some of the producers, artists, actors from Moonbox Production. If you guys know we go hard for Moonbox Production here. Because we are very involved in the theater. So make sure that you guys tune in a couple of minutes. We're going to come back and we'll speak to some great people out of Moonbox Production who will have the New Works Festival that is coming up very soon. Woo! So make sure that you guys get ready, and then we'll have tickets and all kinds of stuff. So keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
This is SparkFMOnline.com.
Mattapan Square Main Streets invites you out to celebrate the arts and culture of Mattapan at the 2023 Stroll of the District on Sunday, June 25th from 12 to 4 p.m. Come out and support the local businesses, learn about the resources in the community, create art, and celebrate the district. Live music by Chico Mania and Classic. Hosted by Miss Hot Sauce, alongside the People's DJ, DJ Mott. You don't want to miss this.
Saturday, June 24th, It's Casino Production presents the 3rd annual We Outside Underwater, the Luau edition. Music is going to be provided by Clarity House Crew, DJ Matic, Ghetto Hype, Song International. We're going to be traveling on the MV Freedom, 60 Rose Wharf, Boston. Boarding time for that night is going to be 4 p.m. Departure time, 4:30. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you now that it's a 21 plus event. For ticket, check out Flames Restaurant and Eventbrite.com. That is Saturday, June 24th. We Outside Underwater, the Luau edition. Because we outside. Brought to you by Sino Productions.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival taking place June 22nd to the 25th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at moonbox.org.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-Made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
The all-new Spark FM.
You're the baddest one.
Spark FM. You are now listening to Spark FM. Spark FM. Spark FM. New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
All right. Welcome back, Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. We are back. And like we said, we have some really great guests from Moonbox Production. Boston New Works Festival is coming up June 22nd to June 25th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. So if you are familiar, if you've been rocking with Spark FM for a while, you know that we advertised for this last year as well. Attended some of the plays. We spoke to some of the directors and the producers. And it was a good time. So we have two more of our playwrights here. We are talking to the producer of The Juke and Carnival.
Once Upon a Carnival.
And you know, I might have to save you for last because it's personal. So welcome to Spark FM. Tell us who you are and tell us about your play, and then we'll get into everything else.
So my name is Anjali Miraj. I am the co-creator and songwriter for Once Upon a Carnival, a new musical adventure.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be having a Act 1 preview performance at the Boston New Works Festival.
Oh, good. And then you are?
My name is Reggie Gibson. I am the creator and also producer of The Juke, which is a blues baki. And it is a musical that features a lot of poetry, spoken word, song. And it involves a lot. A preacher who is running a town, and he is confronted with an irresistible force of supernatural power. And they go back and forth trying to save the soul or gather the soul of the town of Crossroads.
Oh, what? Okay, so let's start. So New Works Festival is coming up.
Yes.
And tell us how it works. The whole situation. How does it work?
Well, this is my first year.
Okay.
In it. What they did was they had a call for plays, and 60 plays got entered, and 7 plays came out.
That's
like that. 7 plays came out.
So you guys are the chosen.
I guess so.
Yeah.
We are
Okay.
and so it's been they've been giving us a lot of materials as far as people and folks to work with us and develop the plays. Because most of us are first-time playwrights, some of us are two-time playwrights, and so leading us through how it gets done, how maybe we could do the script a little bit, what we need as far as materials, and giving us a lot to work with. So they've been very, 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 very helpful.
That's
and
awesome.
so they're going to showcase us in about a week or so.
Yeah. Are you guys? I'm seeing. Are you guys nervous? Are you excited?
Both.
Yeah, I think like the excitement outweighs the nervousness because it's such a cool thing to make something, just to even make something. But then to have people want to see it and want to perform it.
Is this your first playwright too?
So this is my first time. Yeah, this is my first time writing for theater. I actually have been a performer in the Boston area for
cool.
About a decade almost. And I was a performer in last year's New Works Festival in one of the
Which one were
shows,
you in?
The Prince and the Painter.
I don't think we saw that one.
Yes, that was one of the musicals last year. But this is my first time writing a musical, and I want to second what Reggie said. The resources that and support that Moonbox provides is really invaluable, especially if you're an early career writer. So.
And that's so in Boston, we do have a big art sector of people who are doing so many great things. And to be honest with you, I never thought about the playwriters and the people who are producing theater and the process that you guys have to go through. So what is kind of like the process? And throughout this, I'll just kind of be repeating that when this starts, it's going to be June 22nd to June 25th. There will be 7 plays that you guys can watch. You're doing the plays multiple times, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So how many times each do you do the play in that
4
week?
times, I believe.
Wow,
Well,
really?
So for us, we have 2 performances.
Okay.
So our processes are a little bit different because Reggie, you had a completed work, right? That you submitted.
Right, I came with a completed work.
Okay, so explain that difference.
Yeah. So we submitted basically like a 20-page sample of the script that we were working on. My writing partner and I, Her name is Brianna Pierre, and an outline for the story. And we explained in our, you had to write like an artist statement and kind of explain what you're hoping to get out of the process. And we were saying, like, we're first time doing this. We would really love to have audience engagement through the developmental process. So we're still in the process of writing. Like, I actually have to go home after this later and keep writing a song that needs to be finished for next week. So if I look sleepless, that's why. But that's what the process has been like for us. So like, actors are getting new pages in rehearsal like every day, and new songs and things like that. And I'll let you talk about kind of what it's been for you.
Yes, for me, this play had been read before, as well as it had a staged reading, and this was just a month before the pandemic hit.
Really?
And then every theater went dark and all that stuff happened. It was like, okay, stay in the computer for a minute. And then I found out about what Moonbox was doing. And I decided, okay, let me break this back out and refresh it and rewrite a few scenes and send it in. So I did have some idea about how the language would work with someone else and what it would do and how it might be staged. So I came to it with that, but I was totally willing to abandon that to someone else's vision to see what they would do with it.
As long as it could be produced.
As long as it could be produced. And still, of course, keep what I wanted to do. I was interested in seeing what other people would also do.
And just to go back to yours, so yours is a musical, a young pastor from a long line of pastors, and we all know this story. A little man, has inherited a church and the leadership of the town of Crossroads. But a charismatic stranger comes to town with a power that threatens to destabilize everything. The Duke of Blues, Baki, uses elements of the tragedy to explore African American family music, history, and spirituality. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, what does the word Baki mean?
Well, the Baki refer to a group of people who run with Bacchus, who is also known as Dionysus, who is a god of wine and frenzy, and he is an individual who represents people's freedom.
So Bacchanal?
Yes,
And so he represents people's freedom to be themselves. And in the town of Crossroads, he
was portrayed in a movie, Hercules.
Oh, was he in Hercules?
He was a little drunk man.
He was also
debauchery.
And so when he comes to this town, a very historic town, it's a town of self-emancipated Black people who fought for their freedom from enslavement and spent a generation or more fighting off white re-enslavers. And so they built the town. I mean, they killed all of these folks who came to get them, and they built the town on the bodies and even buried the horses of these people. And another group of Blacks who had also freed, who kept more of their African ways, begins to find their way to this town. And they form an uneasy alliance between the Christian Black folk of the town and the more African paganistic folk of the town. And so there is this back and forth. So Pastor Pent represents the gospel spiritual tradition of African Americans, and Dionysus represents the blues, jazz, more urban hip hop funky kind of thing. And for me growing up in I was born in Mississippi, grew up in Chicago. In my own time, there was this wrestling between what was going on with the spiritual Christian music that was part of our heritage and our faith, and what kept us from going insane because of the craziness of slavery, and then this new expression that we also had to follow. And everything I've noticed is that in my community, every form of Black expression, musical expression, had always been trying to be countered by the church.
Right? That is very true.
Always countered by the church. And so when Dionysus comes to town, of course, people feel this freedom to be who they are. And as it says in the Juke, whether you 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or sort of crazy, got a bum leg, a big head, or an eye that's kind of lazy, here you are amazing. Right? And so you've got the right to be who you were born to be without feling encumbered by somebody else's.
I love that.
That sounds awesome.
And I know that this maybe wasn't done on purpose, but that kind of rolls into the spirit of carnival, doesn't it? Because Trinidadians or West Indians are some of the most religious people you can find. But when the spirit of carnival comes into town, then it's bacchanal.
So
another kind of religion.
Right, exactly.
I'll move right into yours then. On top of that, Once
Yes.
Upon a Carnival is original music set in the Caribbean nation of Trinidad and Tobago. When 16-year-old Bavan is forced to move from New York City to his mother's home country of Trinidad after his father's death, he is faced with the task of overcoming grief and accepting his identity through a magical quest in the mythological bushland. Set to the vibrant score infused with chutney, soca, calypso sounds, Bavan's adventure will test his and the audience notion of grief, identity, and found family while exploring the magical world of Trinidad at carnival time.
Yes.
Listen, you guys got me sold.
Great.
Both of you, because I want to go and listen to some hip hop and deal with the fusion of Tina dealing with that. And then obviously we are Urban and Caribbean Station, and we we have a big effort going on to save Boston Carnival for the same reason. We want to make sure that, you know, people are able to explore that magical world of Caribbean Carnival and really get into that. So tell us how you feel about it.
Yeah. Well, so I was saying, even listening to you talk about your show, Reggie, our shows make a great double feature. If you want to check them out.
Hello.
Right down to, I believe we even share an actor. Julius Williams is in both of our shows.
Wow, very nice.
So yeah. To me, this story is, it has universal themes, right? Like, we all understand what it is to grieve, what it is to celebrate, what it is to learn different components of your identity as you grow and change. But it is also a very Trinidadian musical, right?
Yes.
Like, this is for, like, when I started wanting to write a musical, and this was just like a year into the pandemic, you know, doing Zoom theater, you're kind of like, it's fine, but it's not quite the same. And I actually was listening to Cass's We Home, like 4-piece or 5-piece band album version of his, and Savannah Grass.
Savannah Grass.
Exactly. The arrangement of that on that particular album, I was like, this sounds like a musical theater song.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, why not have a musical theater piece? I mean, I'm sure there's so much good theater happening in Trinidad, but I can say in the United States, as like a Trinidadian
it's not very
heritage
common
person,
at all.
I've never seen my culture represented.
Right.
Fully on stage, and it's inherently musical culture. So this musical to me is just about also everything that it means to be Trinidadian, and it can mean so many different things, right? Like you were talking about in your musical, The Juke, how it's also about these different sort of identities, right? Like within this community,
right?
And so we explore a similar theme here with Bhavan, who is the main character of the musical, who is mixed race, mixed culture, and is not as connected to the Trinidadian side of his identity for a number of reasons. And so when he has to move to this island that he has really no relationship with, it's a huge it's a transformative experience for him in many ways. So we reflect that through the experience of him, you know, building new relationships with his family who he hasn't really interacted with before, but also his next door neighbors, Jada and Tanti Lynn, who are like the first friends. We got a Tanti, gotta have a Tanti. And also through there's a little taste in Act 1, which we were presenting of some of the mythology that's common to Trinidad and Tobago. So, you know, we talk about Lagahu and Sukuya, and that is going to come up even more when we start working on Act 2. So,
I gotta say that I'm so excited, you know, for that, because one of the things I was looking at in Boston is how folks who look like us don't often attend a lot of.
They sure don't.
Right? And I was wondering why that is, and I started thinking it's like because we are a community of Black people, but different Black people.
Yes.
Right. And so much of what happens in Boston is told from an African-American perspective, right? And to have it from an Afro-Caribbean perspective, and then from an African perspective. I want to see much more of that. I want to know who are the communities of Black people who live within the area of Boston and attend more of that theater. So I can learn more about that, because, you know, we get lumped in the same, you know,
all the time.
you know, and there are things that we definitely share.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
You know, the same thing hunting me is hunting y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So the outward life,
Yeah,
literally, we are the
We
same.
are the
We look
same.
the same. We act the same. Smell everything.
But we got
Yeah.
differences, and
Yeah.
I think those differences need to be explored and celebrated.
Yeah.
And even at the tensions,
Yeah.
right? The tensions where our various Black communities meet. We need
Right.
to explore those tensions, and I think theater and musical
And
is a way to do
music.
that.
And it's funny because since we've started this and been interviewing different people from the theater community, it's been really awesome to attend these plays because it's not something that I automatically think about, like, oh, I want to go have some fun. Let's go to the theater. You know, like, but that literally is a part of like our lives now. Like, you know, let's go see a play.
Yeah.
Let's go
Not
do
only that,
this. Go ahead.
it's so taboo for Black folk not to do it.
Yeah.
You know? So and not only that, it's an avenue that we should be introducing to the young folks because it's one that they could learn how to express themselves. And as we see right now, our children don't really necessarily know.
They
how
don't
to
have
express
nothing to
themselves.
express except through violence and anger.
And not only that, it's kind of a negative thing if they were to express themselves. If you're different in especially if you're different in the hood, it's not cool to be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of now it's not so much like that. Now I feel like the younger generation is a little more open. But that stigma still is around sometimes.
And you know that music is, you know, like the great connector, right? And so it's the great equalizer because music is just so universal. And with June being Black Music Month, and so good to see another way to celebrate music or to be exposed to this kind of music.
How you guys both said that you started writing or you were about to write and the pandemic hit. How long does it take to write a play? And I know that probably depends, but like on average, like what is?
I'm gonna let you take that one. I got some thoughts.
Well, so I mean, we're still writing. So and we started working on this in 2021. So basically I was like, I want to write this musical. I want it to be set in Trinidad and Tobago. I had a vague idea of what I wanted it to be about. I didn't want to do it alone. And so I reached out to a longtime friend of mine since middle school, Brianna Pierre, who is her father who's passed now, but he was from Trinidad as well. And she's a great writer. She also lives in China right now. So in a way, I sort of was helpful with like to have Zoom and all that stuff because it made it feel more possible to do this with her. I reached out to her. I said, "Do you want to write this?" And she was like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome." And so we started working on it. She's still in China. We've written fully through Zoom.
Wow. I mean, the technology is just great these days. A little Google Doc, we can see what each other's writing, and Zoom, we're right here. Yeah,
exactly. So, I mean, that's been 2 years. My hope is that like another year and a half from now, we'll have like a full product. And then you go through the rewrites, the developmental stage. I think I read on average, it takes about 8 years for a musical from first. It's not, we're not in it for the money or the,
clearly.
And we'd like the money. But you know, it takes about 8 years because it's such an intensive collaborative process and you learn so much at every stage. So I know you've been working on yours for a while. So
for a minute. Yeah. You know, I mean, I had a thought of years ago when I was part of a film called Love Jones. And it was an exploration of sort of spoken word poetry, but also African.
My favorite movie.
Yeah. I wrote the poem for it.
Did you?
Yeah, I wrote Blues for Nina.
No, sir.
Yeah, I did. So
why you didn't lead with that? This is Love Jones's. Literally,
we should talk.
She knows it word by word, scene by scene. Really?
So I wrote.
You need to start with that. People come on this show and just be like, you know, I just be writing plays, but you over here writing poems.
I'm completely fangirl.
Yeah, so if you know the piece, it has an exploration of its spoken word, but it also uses African spirituality, right? But also African sensuality and sexuality as well, right? And so this, I would say, is like a longer exploration of all of that, sort of as well. So it began, the seeds began way back then. And it was a bit more, it took a longer route for me because I don't write music. I mean, you know, I'm a performer, but I can barely read it and I don't write it. So through modern technology, I was able to use loopers. I do play drums, right? African percussion and Afro-Caribbean percussion. So I do play drums. So I was able to get down drum patterns, use my voice as a way to set up bass patterns, loop that, right? Create some sort of melody and harmony, and then take it to musicians and say, this is what I'm thinking. let's work this out and arrange it.
Wow.
This is that sounds like a whole entire process.
Like,
it is.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot going on.
Sounds like 8 years.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, 8 years is a long time, but I mean, that's a lot of work.
Get a PhD
Yes.
and be working.
Making money.
Wow.
Have
Where
you
do you-
guys thought about utilizing artificial intelligence?
I've been thinking about that lately, just as an exploration. of
I'm
some of
glad
what's
that you
going
asked
on
that
now.
question.
Good,
Yeah.
very good question.
You know, I have, I'm not as upset about that as a lot of folks, folks might be, but I have thought about it. You know, it's a tool. And I don't know, you know, I used to also fix cars, right?
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I don't know which tool in my toolbox I wouldn't use.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the tool for the job. And so this is a natural outcrop of the use of technology, in which techne comes from the Greek word for tool.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't throw it out. So yes, I would definitely consider using it. I probably wouldn't use all of what it gives, but I would use it to develop an idea.
A foundation almost. Same question to you.
Yeah, not to be controversial, but like I feel the same. I'm like, it's a tool, just like any other thing. You know, I know that when notation software came out initially, there were a lot of people who hand notated who were probably griping about, oh, this is taking away the artistry or whatever. And now we use it. So I think, you know, the issue is not the tool. The issue is capitalism.
Say it.
Exploiting labor. But I am open to like using those tools, because I think anything that frees up logistics or creates access and gives us the space to be creative is like a positive thing. And we just need to make sure as like a creative community that we're taking care of each other from the labor aspect and not shutting that piece out from people.
Absolutely. Which is one of the things I love that Moonbox is doing. It's like hiring local people.
Yes, really important.
You know, putting folks to work. And it's going, you know, they're like really respectful. If I'm like, I need Black people for this.
See, this this is what I love about Regina, especially, is because she literally actively seeks out diversity and making sure that people, like, literally, when you mean inclusive, that she is being as inclusive as possible. Quick commercial break. Moonbox hosting New Works Festival June 22nd to 25th at the BCA. Its production is thrilled to announce its second year. This is the second time that they're doing this and trying to get the word out there as much as possible that you guys need to go support these people who are putting in tears, blood, lots of time to bring you guys things that not only are interesting, but educational and informational, and that will teach you things. I learned a lot from both of you guys just sitting down right here. So again, June 22nd to 25th. And not to move ahead, but like, what is it? What is not the end goal, because I don't like an end goal, because there's never an end goal with a creative, but like, where are you guys trying to be with this? Especially with you, you're still in. One question before that. You said that yours is not completely done, but you are doing some of it. What is that?
So we're presenting Act 1.
Okay. One act.
Yeah, we're presenting all of Act 1. That is completed.
Okay.
And that's Act 2 we have outlined. So that's informed the story, but it's we're not presenting that just yet.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. It's gonna feel like a full show. I want people to think of it like when you go, you know, now every movie is like split up into 2 parts.
Yes.
So you go to the theater in July and then you go next July to see the second half. Yeah. And it ends on a cliffhanger. So yeah, we did take advantage of that. But sorry, I forgot the question.
Because when are you gonna finish it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we hope to continue. I need a couple months break after this. Yeah. I'm also getting married the same weekend as this festival, by the way, which is crazy.
Oh, you are doing a lot.
It's too much. But it's all exciting. But so I'll take a couple months break, and then we'll probably get back to work on Act 2. And you know, in my wildest dreams, like this goes up not only like on Broadway, which would be amazing, but also at the National Theater in Trinidad and Tobago. Because, you know, I'm born here. And part of why I wrote this is like, I'm Indo-Caribbean. I think Bree, my writing partner, has some of this too, because her dad is from Trinidad, but her mom is African-American, right? And I think we both have like this interesting relationship with like, how much of that identity do we get to claim and practice? Like, you know, and so for me, if we got to have our show be put up in Trinidad at the National Theater, that would be like being embraced. Yeah. You know, back
it's
home.
The same with us. We're all half Trinidadian. Fathers. Yeah. All of our fathers are Trinidadian. Our mothers are from Honduras. So like, the premise of this station as well was to kind of fuse what we have grown up in, living in America, being a mixed race or, mixed culture. Like it's to infuse everything together so that we're embraced by many different areas. So I fully understand that and I respect that completely from both of you guys, because you are both putting on cultural performances that literally have that we've all kind of been through. The church situation with trying to identify with being of the world and being of the church. And, this one with being of different cultures and trying to be embraced and trying to connect with your history and your traditions and all kinds of stuff. Right. So not even to, but there are 8 playwrights, 7 productions. They also have the F&L at 1330. There is The Glory, a musical. There is Honey Hole. And there also is La Lengua No Tiene Huso. Not sure what that means, but
Duolingo that.
Swan, a play, The Duke, of course, and Once Upon a Carnival. So there are 7 different things that you can play. Each show that you can watch. Each show tickets are $25 per show, and there's a pay what you wish option. Hello, pay what you wish. That don't mean they're coming there getting people $1. It means gather all your coins and give. You might not make it all the way to 25, but 20, 15, 10, something will do.
Yeah, you want to see my play? I'm not going to turn you down.
That's what I was going to say. If $1 is what you can't afford, if it gets you in the seat and you get to experience this and give us your feedback, please come.
And if you do pay $1, then that means that you are now on their social media team and you must promote the shows that you go to see. I'm not gonna let them off the hook, okay? Okay. Moonbox wants to make sure that everyone going to the festival has accessibility, and that it's accessible to everyone. This is a community event, so there are 7 different times. Multiple times in those 7 plays that you guys can go and support.
And is there a day when both of your plays are on at the same time?
I think 2 days.
Oh,
yeah, because you have the 4 performance.
Okay.
Thursday.
Okay, good.
No.
Sunday.
Yours is Thursday. Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay.
Next.
Yes. The 25th.
The 25th. Okay. Good to know.
The link is up there in the comment section so you guys can check it out.
Yes.
So this is I'm excited about this. Yes. I'm pretty sure that Regina's going to send us some tickets for you guys who if you guys want to attend the show.
Moonbox is in the comment section giving all the information
on it. So she's saying let's give out 7 pairs of tickets to any show that you guys want. So we will be giving those out throughout the week because we want you guys to work for them. Since y'all going for free, you better work for them. And I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
They hungry. Last year it was really great to have some of the playwriters and actors on the show yesterday, and it really made people really connect. So I'm glad that you guys have taken time out of your very busy schedule to come down here and to just let the people know about what you are doing and that it's there for them to consume and to have a good time and to have some fun. Bring your family, make it a girls' night. Somebody could get proposed at one of them. You never know. I'm just putting out ideas there. How can we find you in any last minute words?
Oh yeah. So you can follow what's going on with Once Upon a Carnival on Instagram at Once Upon a Carnival. We also have a website, www.onceuponacarnival.com. And then of course, you can follow Moonbox for any updates as well.
Yeah, mostly Moonbox for me. They'll have all of that.
It's Moonbox Productions. You guys can go right to the website. Just Google it. It will pop up. It was the first thing, Moonbox Productions. Again, this is the New Works Festival. It goes down June 22nd to June 25th at the Calderwood Pavilion in the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival will be a week-long festival celebrating new original plays by local playwrights and will showcase 7 original plays on 5 different stages at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. This year's festival features 3 musicals and 4 original plays, and we have 2 of the musicals right here sitting with us.
Ooh.
exclusive. So make sure we're posting it on Instagram, Facebook. Go to the website, follow Spark FM. We'll make sure that you guys know all about it. And we will see both of you guys next week.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Thank you thank you for coming.
Thank you.
With that said, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back in a few moments. Keep it locked right here, Spark FM Online.
Woo!
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com. Boston and surrounding communities. Boston Leslie Gay Urban Foundation and Fenway Health Center is coming to inform you on how important it is to protect yourself from COVID-19. Let's get vaccinated. Let's encourage our loved ones and community friends and family to get boosted. Getting a COVID shot and a booster shot will help save more lives. Guess what? If you receive a vaccination, Blue will give you a one-day pass to any Urban Pride event, July 1st to July 3rd, 2023. To get connected to a health center near you, email info@lesbiegayurbanfoundation.org or visit the CDC website to learn more.
Unites Production invites you to their annual International Togetherness Boat Ride. Tell me about working the morning, unless we're talking hard work. Wine and jam on Saturday, July 15th. Boarding time is at 7 p.m. Departure time is at 8 p.m. sharp. It's all taking place at 70 Rose Wall. That's the Seaport District in Boston. Aboard the MV Freedom. Tickets are only $60 in advance and $70 the day of the event. Your DJs on board: Mastermind, Vital Rhythm, Sergio, Alfredito, Idrin, HMP out of New York City. Special performances by a group from Honduras. Turbo Rhythm section of the Trinidad. Dinner's going to be included. It's a 21 plus event and proper ID is required. Come dress to impress in your mellow yellow attire. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com. For more information, contact 617-719-3972 or 617-980-4729. Unites Productions invites you to their annual International Togetherness Boat Ride. Look out,
Mattapan Square Main Streets invites you out to celebrate the arts and culture of Mattapan at the 2023 Stroll of the District on Sunday, June 25th from 12 to 4 p.m. Come out and support the local businesses, learn about the resources in the community, create art, and celebrate the district. Live music by Chico Mania and Classic, hosted by Miss Hot Sauce alongside the People's DJ, DJ Mott. You don't want to miss this.
Yamba Market. Visit the first Black-owned dispensary in Cambridge. Yamba Market's mission is to participate authentically in building a socially restorative adult cannabis market in Massachusetts and beyond. Their commitment to the Yamba family is to provide an inclusive and exemplary experience focused on a broad selection of unique strains, quality products, and customer journey. Open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. 580 Mass Avenue, Central Square, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Registration at yambamarket.com.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, homeownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-Made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
The all-new Spark FM.
Them not like me, I mean not like them.
Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Chicken man be ballin', these chicks pigeon toed, some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are back, and it's time to get into our national and world news. Big shout out to Moonbox Productions and the New Works Festival that's going down from the 22nd to the 25th of June. That is next week. All shows starting around, I don't know what time they start, but go on to the website and get your tickets. Pay what you wish is at the door, so you have no excuse. The barriers of entry are low, so you guys can go and support and have a good time. Miss Tony, what you got for us on the national and world news front?
I'm still coming down off of my high of meeting the man that wrote a blues for Nina. I'm actually watching it right now. Wow, that's so cool. That was the highlight of my day. New national news. New details have been released about the 4 children survived 40 days in the Amazon. Did you hear about this?
Yes, they were.
The whole family was flying.
The
The plane crashed.
Yep.
And the 4 children survived 40 days in the Amazon jungle after the plane crashed. Not the family. The parents didn't survive, but the 4 children did.
Mhm.
The grandmother of the 4 children who were missing for 40 days in the Amazon jungle after a plane crash has shared new information about how the children were able to survive. And there's a special report here.
Tell us.
Can you? It's
Good, because I want to know, because
Yeah.
there was an 11-month-old or something like that also with them.
Yeah.
And the 9-year-old took care of, or something like 11-year-old took care of them for 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah, like a amazing story. Were you able to pull that up, Trish?
Yes, one second. Yep,
Okay,
it's
sorry. I'm sorry.
Queuing up.
So yeah, this was a story that we've been hearing about for some time. I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but wow, it seems like it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the clip.
Small children found deep in the Amazon jungle. Their survival after 40 days, nothing short of a miracle. And tonight, new details on how they stayed alive. The children, members of an indigenous tribe, had been living off the forest. Their grandmother explains that the eldest child, just 13 years old, had always taken care of her siblings, including the youngest with them, just 11 months old. She found cassava flour from the wreckage to eat, along with fruits and seeds. Her grandmother says the young girl knew which ones were safe to eat. Photos taken by the search team show fruit half eaten, which, along with footprints, a baby bottle, and tiny shoes left behind, helped lead them to the survivors. Their father calling it a miracle of God. The children had been missing since May 1st when their plane crashed, killing 3 adults on board, including their mother. Together, members of the Witoto tribe joined the Colombian military, searching over 1,600 miles through thick rainforest and jungle rivers, never giving up until the children were found alive.
Wow.
The race to find them is now a race to get them healthy. But the hospital's general director gives signs of hope, saying they speak little and are weak. But some of the children were playing today, and we know that when a child plays, it feels good. Let's give them some time. Those tiny footprints they left in the Amazon have now left a big impression on hearts around the world. Marissa Parra, NBC News.
That's beautiful.
That's amazing.
That is beautiful. A 13-year-old took care of her 3 little children, baby children, and kept them all alive for 40 days in the woods.
40 days.
Let me tell you. If it was an American, they would have been dead.
Child
would have been dead.
If it was me,
Mine would have been like, I'm hungry. I'm just gonna lay here and sit here and be hungry.
Me too. Me. I was like, oh no, the plane crashed with family dad. I'm gonna lay down and die too.
Shoot me in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all know I ain't got no will.
Failure to thrive.
I'm just gonna lay here. The forest itself would have to save me. The rain would have to drip down into my mouth. So I just like, I'm gonna lie there. Oh.
I have no will to survive.
I have no will.
I'm too sad. Y'all going and save yourself. I'm gonna stay
Go
here.
ahead. 11-month-old, you on your own, baby. I'm sorry.
Drink this baby bottle. But 40 days is a lot of
40 days is a lot of days.
That's a month in time.
The little pastor man, remember the pastor man in Africa went on a 40-day fast or whatever and ended up dying. He had like multiple organ failure and all kind of stuff, trying to be like Jesus living in the wilderness. Like he did it wrong. He should have learned from this baby. He should have kept the whole family alive.
She even know what fruits to eat. They do not. They ought to ate all of the poison berries. Every one of the poison berries. I'd be like, ooh, it's berries, yummy.
I'm too sedity to do that. I'd be like, I don't like
mango. Is that all they have out here?
Bottled water, like
That's what I gotta drink rainwater.
Oh my God, I have to collect this in this baby bottle. No,
absolutely not. Good for them children.
Good for them. A portion of I-95 in Philadelphia collapses after a vehicle
Did you see that?
engulfed in flames.
Bro, it was just like on 911.
Don't get off 911. First of all, I will tell you about 911 from the beginning. Here she come 5 seasons later, like 911 is the best thing that ever happened. We're all 5, 6
Bro,
years
I started
later.
watching it like last week. I'm on season 3. I'm working. I'm getting there, boy. But yeah, a portion of their highway fell away too. And then, that's when he got things. But go ahead.
I get my computer's not working.
Oh,
Do you have this?
sorry.
Can you grab that?
So it's not working. But let me see here. Philadelphia, June 11th, a portion of the vital highway of the east coast of the U.S. collapsed in Philadelphia after a tanker truck carrying gasoline caught fire underneath an overpass. No deaths or injuries were reported, but officials said the situation remains fluid and that investigators were still searching the scene of the collapse. Smoke billowed from the rubble of the collapsed section of the northbound lanes of I-95, the main north-south interstate at the East Coast, running from the Miami through Washington and New York before ending at the Canadian border in the state of Maine. Don't know how any of that reflects the story, but I don't understand.
Isn't it in Philadelphia?
That's
How
what
we
I'm
get
like,
to
what are we
Miami
doing?
and
Because
the
it's I-95.
Canadian border?
The southbound overpass was up. Oh, look at that! That's crazy.
I can't see it.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
There it is. Look at it. It literally collapsed. Wow.
I'm not laughing at that.
There is smoke bellowing from the I-95 through the lever connector, though. I definitely see that.
So how did it just drop out? The car caught fire and the rest of the house.
Yeah, I thought the structure was supposed to be a little bit more sturdy.
That looks like a movie.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
It's
black
kind of
cloud.
beautiful.
It is.
Wow.
Very interesting. But there was no deaths. There was no injuries reported. Everybody seems to be fine.
The car that caught on fire was okay. Look at
I
that. That's
believe
crazy.
so. That is nuts.
I was laughing because Schneider said an American child will spend the whole 40 days trying to figure out how to charge their iPad.
That's very true. It's unfortunate, but true.
It is. My son be like, Mom, my iPad died again. Like, no, what do you want me to do? We in the middle of the street.
But it's dead.
It's dead. What am I gonna do? I'm bored. Get out of here.
You better go build a tree.
Right, go build a house. Jay Harrison Gee, Alex Newell become the first openly non-binary Tony Award winners for acting. The Tony Awards took place yesterday in New York City. New York was lit yesterday. There's all kinds of things happening in New York. So the Tony Awards made history Sunday when Alex Newell and Jay Harrison Gee became the first non-binary people to win Tonys for acting as the Broadway community seized the moment amid a Hollywood writer's strike that left theaters a biggest night without a script. Thank you for the humanity. Thank you for my incredible company who raised me up every single day, said leading actor and musical winner Guy, who stars in Some Like It Hot, the adaptation of the classic cross-dressing comedy film.
I don't
So,
know how I feel about this.
Why?
Propaganda. Go ahead.
What's tell me what you mean.
Go ahead.
But what is the story? Like, what is the news of this? Is that they are non-binary?
They're non-binary, and they're the first non-binary people to win Tony Awards.
Oh, okay.
Might have to be black folk.
I don't think it's specifically for Alex. Just been in the game for too long for this not to happen.
Yeah.
I
haven't heard of this other person though.
This Guy person.
Yes.
Newell, who plays Lulu, an independent don't need no man whiskey distiller in Shucked, has been blowing audiences away with their signature number, independently owned. Thank you for seeing me, Broadway. I should not be up here as a queer, non-binary, fat black little baby from Massachusetts. And to anyone that thinks that
she's
they
from
can't do it,
Massachusetts. Oh, good.
They
are from
can't do it.
Massachusetts.
I'm going to look you dead in your face that you can do anything you put your mind to, Newell said to an ovation upon winning Best Featured Actor in a Musical. That is really, really cool. And of course, this month is Pride everywhere. New York Pride is actually this weekend coming up. So the Tony Awards were yesterday in New York. Yesterday was also the Puerto Rican Parade. Is it Puerto Rican Parade?
Here?
In New York.
Oh, I thought
It's
when
Puerto
is it-
Rican Parade.
When is it here?
We have that? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We have a Puerto Rican and a Dominican, right?
Yeah, and the Puerto
Okay.
Ricans this year got like 3 days of festival.
Oh, really? Oh, because they do City Hall and da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da. All those things. I mean,
that's July 30th. The Puerto Rican Day Parade is July 30th.
28th, 29th, and the 30th.
3 days, man.
I
3
mean,
days.
if you looking for a Puerto Rican parade before that, just go on down American Legion Highway every Sunday.
That's Dominicans.
Is it?
Yes. It might be a combination of the two cultures.
I don't want to say anything.
They got a whole week.
They got a week.
They got a route. They got a road. They got a car show, a punto show, and they got a festival. They got it all.
Good for them.
Good. Look at them. Look at what you could do when you work together.
Together.
Oh.
Lawanda said it was a truck that crashed with toxic hazard materials inside that broke down the bridge.
Oh, okay,
that makes sense. And then yesterday there was some, I don't know what's going on with my computer, but there was a WNBA incident that involved Brittany Garner. I guess somebody walked up to her and was saying derogatory
It was a
things to her.
YouTuber, one of those conservative YouTubers that was going up to her in the airport saying stuff like, you hate America and you don't want to be America and you don't want to whatever. So we did all of this for you and blah, 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 blah. I don't really understand why people choose to go to somebody else to harass them.
You were calling him a clown.
He is a clown.
Okay.
I don't understand why people go to other people's lives to disrupt their. What did she say to you to provoke you to harass her?
Right.
Nothing.
So Brittany Griner, the WNBA star who was freed from Russia late last year after being wrongfully detained, was harassed Saturday by a man described as a social media provocateur at a Dallas airport. A source familiar with the incident told CNN that around 9:30 a.m., Griner was at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport traveling with a Phoenix Mercury teammates on their way to the game. Griner was confronted by the man who was yelling at her about the Merchant of Death. The confrontation got so heated that the man was tackled and law enforcement was involved, according to the source. Now, here's the thing that I want to know. There's a person here who's always up in people's faces and harassing them and screaming in their faces. Why has he never been tackled? At least
it's funny because one of my friends was he did a clip and he was like, this lady in the background is going crazy. He was watching the news of when Mayor Wu was talking about something, and that man was in the background literally yelling and carrying on, and I'm not sure why that is allowed to happen.
I really don't understand that. I don't understand that. So this says that the man was tackled and law enforcement was involved, and I don't know why that doesn't happen here. CNN has reached out to local law enforcement in the DFW airport DFW airport about the incident. The two-time Olympic gold medalist was released in a prisoner swap. We know about that. That involved Russian arms dealer nicknamed the Merchant of Death. After spending nearly 300 days in Russian I didn't realize it was that long. The prisoner exchange prompted criticism from some Republicans who accused the Biden administration of releasing a dangerous prisoner back to Russia. The WNBA said in a statement the encounter was orchestrated by a social media figure and provocateur. His actions were inappropriate and unfortunate.
He asked, "Is it true you had sex with Vladimir Putin?"
Oh, no, he didn't ask. What?
Yes, he did.
Again, a swift punch to the face
or to the throat,
a clothesline would have ended all of this, but there's the freedom of speech situation that we have here is a little bit out of order. If you want to protest 10 feet back.
Right.
Because if I don't know. I don't understand. Again, we're going back to that man from Boston or that person from Boston. And I really just want to know how come he hasn't been clotheslined and fist pumped into the nose quite a few times already.
Fist pump.
He does. He needs somebody to go. And until he passes out. And then somebody takes him home, tucks him in and lock the door.
Yeah.
In a padded room. In Shirley.
I still this girl, how tall is Brittany Griner's family? This girl is 6'9" tall.
She better have been playing basketball, goddammit.
I mean, I want to know about her other family members. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. At any rate, the WNBA is now looking into making different travel arrangements for their players. They're looking into now doing chartered flights instead of just having them on regular commercial flights. I think that should be a thing anyway. Why don't they have their own plane?
That's why I don't understand. Is these people traveling regular?
Yeah.
She shouldn't be able to travel regular because there's way too many people that don't understand why she is home now and are mad at it.
Yeah.
So she should be always surrounded by security and on a private plane. She got the money.
Yeah, I agree. But that's all I have for national news.
And we'll get right into the entertainment news since we're pressed for time. We'll just go straight in. Lil Wayne says he can't remember his own songs due to memory loss. I wouldn't even know what we're talking about. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. What you mean you don't know what we're talking about?
I don't even know what to say now. Yeah, like what happened?
Lil Wayne you know that word. Discography is so expansive that not even he can keep track with it. You know what? And I get that. Because that man did so many features, so many albums, so many songs, so many everything. Yeah. I don't know which one we talking about. Which one? Or
Baby, are you down?
He is in that.
He is in that. I was like, wait, that's not him singing that. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
When asked by Rolling Stone how he views his album, The Carter 3, 15 years later, the rapper leveled with magazine. He said, I'm going to be honest with you.
So honest.
I'm going to be so honest with you. I don't know the Carter 3, the Carter 2, the Carter 1 from the Carter 4. And that's just my God's honest truth. You could lie. You could ask me about such and such song. I wouldn't even know what we talking about. So it holds no significance to me at all. The 40-year-old rapper who says he works on multiple songs per day, even while on tour, looks at his memory loss as a gift and a curse. I believe that God blessed me with this amazing mind, but would not give me an amazing memory to remember this amazing shit, he said. Memory loss isn't the only health issue he's been candid about. The Emily rapper has a history of seizures and describes himself as epileptic in 2013. In February 2022, his plane made an emergency landing in Omaha, Nebraska, after he suffered 2 minor seizures, according to his reps. He reportedly had seizures in 2017, 2016, and 2013, though those likely aren't the only instances. I've had a bunch of seizures. Y'all just never hear about them, the rapper said in 2013. Despite the health scares, Wayne says he has no plans to retire. Not now, not ever. When you're an artist, a real artist like myself, I was born this way, he told Rolling Stones. The real true artists and pioneers, they never retire. They died doing this. I agree with that. Yeah. That's why I hate that question like, oh, what's your end game or what's your end goal? I feel like literally as a creator, you never stop creating. So even if you are not on tour or if you're not making albums, it's not like you retire. You're still going to do a little feature here and there. You're still going to do a little private performance. little private dance. That's what I'm gonna do when I retire from my moonlighting. See how you're not even paying attention to me? Back in my days, I used to be a moonlighter. Buck Wild.
Moonlighting doing.
Buck Wild reveals Biggie's story to tell was originally made for Foxy Brown. Really?
I got a story to tell.
That's a song.
You know that. I keep doing it for you. I'll do it for you. Even give all the holes for you.
That's like me. That's like me quoting Lil Wayne just now.
I don't know.
What? We gonna keep on going.
He starts off with, "I got a story to tell."
Kanye West had a birthday party. And another day, another interesting Ye event. This time it was his birthday party. For starters, the man formerly known as Kanye West had a naked sushi table, which is sushi served off of a completely naked person.
Who? His wife that who he has in white slavery?
Yes.
I'm convinced that she is in white slavery.
I too. I don't know what white slavery is, but I know that it sounds like what she is.
She's in a sunken place.
There was actually serving dishes, separating the food from the body. Naked sushi isn't new, though. It's actually a Japanese practice and blah, 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 blah. Oh, wow. She really is naked on the table. Put it on a glass. Put it on a glass. The general practice hasn't been received well by everyone, though China banned this altogether. Judging by photos from Ye's party, more sushi was available, served on trays this time, besides the unmoved model covered in the Japanese dish. I once saw this happening in Sex and the City when, not Miranda, what's the blonde one? Samantha, she was surprising her young boyfriend at the time, and he never came home from his audition. So she sat on the table naked with sushi all over her body, and she ate it at the end of the day. It looks sexy, but I don't want to be the model. My back hurt.
Now for her. What y'all think going on? What you think?
I mean, how long do I got to sit there on that table naked while y'all eat sushi?
How much is she getting paid?
I know, seriously.
It's a Kanye. So maybe depending on the payment, I might lay there. I would lay there. I'll lay there. If you giving me like a cool
$50K,
I would do it for $50K. All I gotta do is lay down here and y'all go eat off my body
for like 3 hours, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it for 25.
I was gonna say 25. I'm 10K.
As long as there's a K in it,
there gotta be a K.
It gotta be a K.
But it gotta be a K with a double digit.
Yeah, double digit.
You ain't gonna give me one.
Starting at 10K.
1K.
Especially if it's Kanye. I'm definitely inflating that price.
Oh, hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna charge $150,000.
Yeah.
Just like they did for the Little Mermaid braids. Because whoever did that got over.
Definitely.
$150,000 for some damn dreadlocks. Girl, bye. Me
Well,
too.
They had to do them over every day.
I don't give a damn. Send a yaki, a 5-pack of yaki only costs $5.
They do.
So whoever they got over. They was like, oh, it's Disney.
Because Disney don't know nothing about that.
Disney don't know. Exactly. $150,000.
This is
Disney was like, we drew Tiana. We don't know nothing about black hair.
when it probably costs about a cool $100 to get all them braids. $150,000. That's the price.
No, but you know these girls out here charging $300 for knotless box braids
I bet you they washed and colored her, washed and dried her hair with all of that $150,000. That should have been included. They should have said, tell Hallie to come washed and braided already.
No.
Shit. But that's that. What was going on? Oh, so DC Young Fly shares footage from his partner Jackie O's Atlanta memorial service. His speech was amazing. It was very strong. He's a God-fearing man, and that man spoke the word of God at her funeral. Her friends released the lanterns in her honor at a little reception party. I feel so bad. Like, that's such a terrible situation.
It's awful.
It's very, very sad.
Those are her babies. I just feel so for her babies.
DC Young Fly is saying goodbye to his partner Jackie O. The YouTuber, whose real name is John Whitfield, honored his late partner at her memorial service on Saturday. People confirmed late last month that Jackie O had died at the age of 32. Sent you off the right way, mama. I love you forever. DC Young Fly captioned the video shared on Instagram, which shows Wild 'N Out family gathered together to remember the former Wild 'N Out star after her unexpected death. The kid's gonna be straight, and you know God got us, he added. In a police report obtained by People, it was revealed that police were dispatched on May 31st in reference to an unresponsive female who ended up being Jackie O. She was taken to Mercy Hospital in Miami thereafter. The star was then pronounced dead despite resuscitative efforts. The document stated her cause of death has yet to be determined. After news of Jackie O's death broke, DC Young Fly and his family shared a statement with People to thank fans for their support, stating, "We thank everyone for their well wishes and ask for privacy during this difficult time." A BET Media Group spokesperson also said in a statement shared with People, "We are deeply saddened by the passing of Jacqueline Smith, known to the world as Jackie O, a talented, wild, and out family member whose impact will forever be treasured and missed." Such a terrible, sad story.
It really is.
And then last but not least, Khalees responds to fans asking her to address Bill Murray's dating response by jumping sexily into a deep water.
What?
She, let me see. She says, "I'm a beach." There was just a video of her jumping off of a boat into some water. And it says, "I'm a beach bum." She captured the post that showed her posing in a bikini and jumping into water. That's pretty much how she responded to it. Ma'am, would you care to address these Bill Murray allegations? Because damn, what he doing with all that? Khalees responded and said that she was not worried about reacting to the gossip. She simply wrote, "LOL, babe, I wouldn't bother at all." And that's how you should do it. Yes. I don't.
Do we really think that she's dating him? Or do they, like...
I do. I do. Because it's not uncommon. You know, like it's not something that's so far-fetched to have somebody dating a much older man. And especially Khalees, she's always marched to the beat of her own drum and has already did everything that she wanted to do. So dating Bill Murray is not a stretch of the imagination. It's just not.
Good for them. Whatever.
Yeah, Khalees is worth $4 million.
Yeah.
He's
Like
worth
she's
100
doing this because she's having a good time.
He's worth 180.
Yeah. Khalees out there living on her farm and cooking food.
She ain't worried about these social media things and all kind of stuff.
Y'all think she's doing it for the money? Y'all think she really loves it?
I think she's just having fun.
Farmer. She's a rich farmer.
Yeah.
And she is just having fun with somebody that she probably finds like whatever. If there's a little money involved, you know, she don't got to pay for the next form of crops or whatever. He's probably helping her. But they said they've been friends for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I think Bill Murray may be one of the coolest people to be like friends with, and I think it's just that he's that probably old, funny white guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Little sugar daddy.
Yeah, little some little fun time.
Yeah.
I'm find me a
Let
nice
me
white man who loves me.
Loves
the
me
next
next 5-10 years with me. I'm gonna write you a milk quiz.
So what's the Sean Bedgood was like? Bill Murray don't like inshore. Because her milkshake. Get it? What you? I said a good joke.
No, it was a good joke, but I was responding to something. Sorry. We'll say it again. Let me hear it.
No, not.
Come on, give me one more time.
I said Sean Bedgood said Bill Murray don't like inshore.
Oh, my milkshake bring to the I can't put a boom ching.
Next week is the last week for children in school.
No, last week for children.
What's wrong with the children, Tristan?
Last week is the final
I
week
think
for
Boston
school.
Public, they get out on the 22nd. I don't know what to tell y'all because if y'all ain't find no way to put, I didn't pay my money, so I don't got no way to put my child either. But he gonna go there.
He gonna show up.
He gonna be
one
there.
of them drop
I dare y'all to turn my child away. He gonna be there irregardless. Irregardless. He gonna be there.
Right there.
He gonna specifically be there irregardless.
And when do that start in the first place? Not until July. What we supposed to do with that for a whole month?
I bet you gonna start next week. I'm gonna drop him off. Somebody better be there. It's either gonna be to ADSL or to Day House.
Well, y'all gonna have a co-host on here Monday through Wednesday next week. I'm not gonna be here, so he gonna be here.
How you gonna get here?
That's what you going on. Where you going on?
Jump.
No, he gonna stay right there in that house. Watch a TV.
I am. I'm going to Bermuda on Friday for Bermuda Carnival. It's set to be a good time down there. Jump around, and then I have
me and Tristan don't want to hear about
2 days of rest.
$40 for a lobster roll.
Where?
No, I heard Bermuda is dumb expensive too.
Bermuda's it's not even fair.
But it's
I'm
beautiful.
But everything that we're doing is all inclusive. So I'm gonna be starving until we get to where we going.
I can't eat. I ain't got it.
No, I'm not
ain't
paying
got
for
it.
no food. It said it's come with
Be
it.
the first one, walk through the door, go straight to the food.
Like you did at the party.
Listen,
Friday night.
if you guys invite me to your party and the food just happens to be served at the time I come in, believe me, I'm going to get my food first, and then we can do all of our pleasantries after. Let me eat so I can have a better attitude than what I usually have. With that said, people, I'm going to eat right now. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all new Spark FM.